Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa. This is my workshop. I don't really do back-to-back videos like this on the same day. In fact, I've never done that before. However, I have a question from somebody regarding the organizers that I spoke of. Okay, I went over this in the video that I uploaded this morning, and I briefly touched upon another type of organizer. And it's these, okay? And these I also got at Hobby Lobby. If I didn't mention the first organizer where I got it, that's where I got it. I got it at Hobby Lobby. So anyway, this is the other organizer. Now, I'm doing this because I answered a viewer's question. This was from, hang on. This was from Johnny TT8ZC. Okay, that was a question from him regarding these other organizers. Okay, and these are a little bit bigger. Okay, now this one in particular holds a bunch of stuff. All right, and it's got the lid on it, as I mentioned, and the other organizers are about this size. All right, so you can see that it's quite a bit bigger than the original organizer that I showed you. So that's just a different option, okay? And I just wanted to quickly answer that question because Johnny, I guess he doesn't have different social media abilities to receive a picture from me. So rather than tiptoeing around trying to figure out how to get a picture to him, I figured I would just quickly do this supplemental video to quickly show you these. Now, this, as I said, I got at Hobby Lobby, and the price is still on there, $15.99. All right, so that's not too bad. And these other organizers, okay, that I showed you earlier this morning, these have different size bins and so forth. And in fact, there are some other bins here. Let me get this out of here. I've got junk in here. Okay. You can get bins this size that will fit in here. So if you go to Hobby Lobby looking for this, the area where they sell these things, you have a whole lot to choose from, at least at the Hobby Lobby here on Long Island. I think I got these at the Comac store here on Long Island. And, you know, so you have different options. So this I find to be very helpful. Okay, and it's great because if you're working on one particular thing, you know, you can just take this thing right out. All right. I suppose you could do that with the other bin also, but it's nice because if you're taking this out and you're going to, you know, go over to another part of the workbench, you know, it has a lid on it. So it makes things a little bit more secure. So anyway, Johnny, I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question. I've mentioned this before in other videos. One of the things, where is it? One of the other things that I like to do is I use these. Hang on, I'm getting there. I like to use these, okay? They're little cups. I've mentioned this before, and you can get like 8 or 10 of these things. Hang on, I'm going to grab one. Hold on. Yeah, you can get 10 of these things, okay? I got this from Dollar Tree, all right? You get 10 for $1.25. I guess it's called $1.25 Tree now. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I got these at Dollar Tree, and it was $1.25, and you get 10 of them, all right? And I like to use these, all right, because if I'm working on something specific, all right, like the engine, for example, you know, a lot of times I will separate, like, see, I got this for the engine, all right? I like to separate, you know, the parts, particularly if they're all separated, all right? In fact, I've got all the parts separated for the Chrysler 300. I haven't painted them yet, But there they are, ready for the paint booth. But if I'm going to do, again, the engine as an example, okay, I can pluck out this piece for the engine. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, silver. And then you've got another piece over here for the engine that's maybe going to be a different color. And you can pluck out all of your different engine pieces and then put them into this little cup like this. And then you can bring it over to your assembly bench. I don't know, for me, I just feel that that's how things stay in order. But more importantly, with this lid, okay, I know it's not going to get lost. All right. In fact, I have a stupid little thing when I'm sitting down here all by myself. When I put parts into something like this, I'll drop it in there and I'll think to myself, okay, it's safe now. All right. So, and in this case, I used a bigger compartment. So anyway, that's just a couple of things that I do. And Johnny, I hope that answers your question. And I'll tell you what, since I'm here, I'll show you the Chrysler 300. I've shown you before, metallic green. But what I did was I also painted the engine compartment flat black. All right. I know some people might not like that, and some people might jump up and down and say, Papa, what are you doing? I happen to like the engine compartment flat black on my cars. It's just, I don't know, something that I like. Regarding the comments from earlier, also, in the other video about accent colors and so forth, I referenced the Ford Mustang GT. This is the build that I was referring to now. This is brand new. It's still wrapped up. In fact, this thing has been sitting in my stash for a year, maybe two. I don't know. But you can see it's got that gunmetal color with the blue accents, okay? And I think that looks really cool with the blue accents. Now, I'm aware of the fact that down in here and back in here, okay, these are probably decals. I get that. But you can also come up with your own color scheme, and you can, tape off an area like this, for example, and you can put in your own color. And being a neutral color like that, I think you could use almost any color. Here's yellow, for example. Okay, I think yellow might even go. Well, like I said, it's a neutral color. I think anything. Okay, but there's a yellow color. What else do I have here? I'm grabbing parts here from the Peterbilt wrecker. So even like orange, okay, would go as an accent color, right? So just, I'm just randomly throwing stuff out here. So anyway, I think accent colors is a fun thing to play with. This is another example, okay? Here's a Chevelle, an MPC Chevelle, all right? And you can see the gold accent colors. Okay, now again, I'm sure that this is a decal. In fact, I know it's a decal because let me see here, because it says decals. Okay, but again, you can tape off these areas and use any color you want. On the surface, this looks like it's a black color on the box art, but in examining it a little closer, I think this is a very dark blue color. And there's so many color combinations that you can do with something like this. In fact, I'll tell you what, hang on one second. Okay, so this is what I want to show you, okay? This is Evergreen. What do I got here? Okay, there we go. Evergreen polystyrene. All right, have you ever seen these at Hobby Lobby? Or, you can get these online through Amazon and so forth, all right? And basically what this is it comes in all different sizes. This is a very thin piece, okay? See that? It's so thin, it's flexible and all that kind of stuff. And an idea I had for another build was I put the accent color on here, okay? It's easy to work with. You don't have to tape off a particular area of your build, you can just simply, attach the color. I don't know what I'm doing here. You can simply attach this little piece as your accent piece. Now, I don't plan on doing this for the Chrysler 300, okay? So don't panic and think, Papa, what are you doing? That's not going to work. No, I'm just giving you an example, okay? A generic example of taking something like this, okay? Can you see that okay? Hang on. I don't think that's showing up very well. Can you see that? Okay. You can use this as a, I'm just showing you as a generic example where you could put something like that on here. I'm having a hard time centering this. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Okay. Can you see that right there? Okay. You can put something like that on as an accent color. All right. Again, I don't think this really goes, but it's not meant to go on this car. I'm just showing you as an example. So those are a couple of things that I have thought about, and take it for what it's worth. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on really, really fast to answer Johnny's question regarding the organizer. So that's going to do it for right now. So I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for jumping back on and watching this, okay? Enjoy the rest of your weekend.